Welcome. This is There's Something About Real Estate podcast. Anything about real estate, residential, commercial, how to build business. I'm Jonnita Stanton, Legacy Park Realtors, and
I'm Reginald Perryman. Reggie is real estate. Reggie Perryman Realty Group.
Shaka, Masari Building and Renovations, Shaka Sales.
Jonnita Jackson from Team Peterson-Jackson.
LaShawn Peterson from Team Peterson-Jackson and the Real Estate Collaboration. Thank you guys for having us today. I'm really honored. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, Jonnita. Thank you, Shaka.
Thank you, Tawana and LaShawn.
Thank you. So let's get it. I think that we wanted to start this podcast here with building business in real estate.
I'm sorry, can I say one thing real quick? So when we started this podcast, one of the first people everybody thought of was Tawana and LaShawn.
I was like, oh my God.
Like, we gotta get Tawana and LaShawn.
We gotta get Tawana.
The reality is this is only our second day here.
Wow.
The second day. But, we wanted to get y'all on real early.
Well, invite us back for late, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the energy. Invite us anytime.
It's the energy for me.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Jonnita, go
anytime.
ahead.
No. I'm glad that because that's very important. I think every time I talk to y'all, I like walk to the restaurant like I love y'all. Like just it's the energy for me, like real life. So you guys have been doing awesome at EXP.
Yes, we switched our business over to EXP in 2019, October of 2019. Left Keller Williams, and our business, I think, has doubled. Tripled, maybe?
Tripled?
Probably tripled since
Cool.
then. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm going to, because we got broker, and then we got a real strong team here, I'm going to play moderator here. So I got some questions for you guys.
All right.
So we're going to talk about what you were just bringing out. You were talking about picking a broker. You chose to go with, to switch from Keller Williams to EXP. What made you guys make that decision?
For me, it was purely financial. That's the reason I made the decision. For LaShawn, it was more of a relationship. Mm-hmm. So we had a really good relationship at our Keller Williams brokerage. We were able to mentor with Jason Abrams, who's pretty high up at Keller Williams. I think he's president now. Right. And we just had a great time there. We, however, didn't get along with the broker. And that was one of the main things that was like, LaShawn was like, I'm not splitting money with anybody I don't get along with or that.
It wasn't so much that we didn't get along with him, but I have a problem with people not. If I'm in a room, say hello to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wouldn't even say good morning. If I had a question, it was like, oh, if you need to ask him a question, make sure you send him an email and explain clearly everything that you want to know. It was no calling him and asking a question of him. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, I'm giving you guys all this money and I can't call the broker. And if when I see him, I can't talk to him. No, that's not cool.
So Reggie's on the other side. On the other side. We've been trying to recruit Reggie real hard.
He drinks the Keller Williams juice.
But
I'll make the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Don't get it
I'm
wrong.
sorry, he makes the Kool-Aid.
Mr. Keller Williams himself, right? But tell us why you decided to stay, because Sherry tried to recruit you, we tried to recruit you, everybody tried to recruit you, but you decided to stay with Keller Williams. I mean, we're not done yet.
So I've owned my own brokerage for 12 years, and before that I was at Century 21. So sometimes when you move, it's just a lateral move. It's like you're in the middle of the ocean, you're getting off one boat to another. It's not a better boat, and you risk falling off in between, right? So I always tell agents, you want to go where you're most comfortable, where you can build a relationship, and the culture is right. And also, they're going to support the type of business that you want to do. For me, that's KW. But for some agents, it might be an independent brokerage that's not even a franchise. Right. But at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter what brokerage you go to if you're going to perform on a high level until you get to a point where you start really needing some resources from that brokerage, right? So I know agents that do very well at independent brokerages as well. But they may not have all the tools and bells and whistles they're paying for it themselves because they may have a different commission split or something like that as well. So it's really up to the individual. Me, where I'm at, it's not just Keller Williams, it's my individual office, because a lot of agents don't understand that. Each brokerage or franchise, you can be at the same franchise but have a crappy broker experience.
Absolutely.
So for me, where I'm at is good. Plus, they offer other opportunities for investment and things of that nature, and other things real estate related. So it was a good fit for me.
Jonnita. So Jonnita came from independent brokerage and chose to go to EXP. What was that reason? What was that?
I haven't
have
made
an
the choice. No, so I'm growing, I think, in my mindset, in my business practices, and I just felt like I would have more support at a larger brokerage than having all of the responsibility, like, on myself, you know. So I don't want a lawsuit.
The liability. Not
The liability.
Right.
So it's
That's the big
the
thing.
liability for
Yes.
me. I do very well on my own, but what I have experienced is at EXP, I can figure out how to use the recruiting tool for those who need it, and I can be more impressionable for those who don't feel comfortable in that bigger setting.
Right. So what I tell people, like, choosing between an independent brokerage and a franchise, so it's like, you know, do you want to have like a Coney Island, right? I can wake up tomorrow on my Coney Island. I can make any burger I want to make. I can put cheese and potatoes on it, right? Or I can own a McDonald's where it's a system in place. They have all the tools and resources. I know exactly where I'm going to buy the meat from. I know how to hire people, and there's a system in place. So sometimes that franchise model has a system in place and the tools and resources that you need. So it's really like, what do you want to do?
100%.
As an independent, you're kind of trying to figure it all out, and you're probably paying more money than you would if with a
I
split.
definitely spend a lot of money to play. You know, I do spend probably unnecessary money. However, that's the entrepreneur in me that I'm just not willing to let die. So, you know, I found myself in like old habits of, I don't necessarily have to pay a graphic designer. Plus, have that graphic designer set up my cards and my postcards, and then go out to some other company to order everything because EXP has it all right there. But I feel like, you know, the minute I started letting those things go and I started taking on, you know, like everything that they have, like, you know, that system, then that's my entrepreneurial spirit kind of like, you know, that fire being put out a little bit.
I don't think that way with putting the fire out at all. In fact, it actually feeds that fire a little bit more because I don't have to think about those things. You know, so your business it's supposed to be about being bigger and better and greater. You know, you want to build a bigger business. And so if all of that's done for me, if I could just go here and it's already a template, it's already been done, and I just have to pick it up, boom, and set my marketing out, that gives me a chance to focus on building the actual financial portion of my business.
Absolutely.
And that was one of the things that attracted me to EXP because it's a company. It's set up like a corporation. So all the things that we miss by being an independent, by being, you know, a self-employed person, they have that in place. They have the stocks.
And we're still self-employed.
And we're still self-employed. And they have the revenue share. And I mean, they have the for real. Like, you know, people are looking at it like, oh, you know, it's just an extra couple dollars here and there. No, it's not.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing, and it's creating a lot of wealth. And LaShawn and I are at a part of our life where our main focus is building on generational wealth. So in order to do that, you got to build some wealth to pass it off to your generations. And it's not just generational wealth for us, but generational wealth for the people that we surround ourselves with.
100%.
You know, so, and that was another reason that we were like, we could take this model, we could show everyone how we were able to take this model and change it into, you know, like I said, tripling our business in a very short amount of time. Spread that over 5 years, spread that over 10 years. And let's start having real conversations about some things that we can take that wealth and change in our communities.
So that's huge. Because what she said is, so with me being a park owner in Legacy Park Realty, I think that's what me and Jonnita fought over a little bit, right? Because, you know, like she said, she's very independent.
Right.
And for me, a lot of what y'all just said is what I was thinking about, especially with just having a lack of time. You know what I mean? We just don't have the time to be a broker. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like to be running a brokerage. So I think that I look at EXP as an investment right now.
Right.
Yeah, we're spending. So Tawana and LaShawn, I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the cap, how you get that back. Recoupment, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But you can recoup the cap that we're paying, and that's the part that
I probably haven't gotten to. And so once again, I appreciate you all.
Right.
So let's keep going.
Okay.
Let me add something to that because you mentioned systems. Me and Jonnita always argue because she'll come to me with questions, and I'm like, you have all the resources, right? So any franchise that you're with is only as valuable as what you use.
Yes.
You're paying that royalty fee, you're paying that commission split because they have all the resources.
Sure.
I always compare it to late 90s, early 2000 in hip hop when everybody had these independent record labels and like Cash Money, they were good in a region. But it wasn't until they got their distribution deal. A lot of these labels had 70-30 distribution deals. That's when they blew up because they had a machine behind them. They could have stayed independent and made millions, but they became famous and multimillionaires when they had the machines behind them, the Universal or the Interscope and all of that. It's the same way with the real estate business. You have your team. You have your agents, you have your downline, whatever. You're just using this franchise because sometimes you walk in a listing appointment and they say, John Doe Realty who?
Right.
But you can always flip and say, I'm with Keller Williams.
Definitely.
Or I'm with EXP or Real Estate
So you said Cameron versus Birdman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? It's different money, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They both made it, but Birdman money is different.
Yeah.
You know
And the
what?
thing, they both are their own independent brands.
sure.
I don't really know what label. What was Cameron with?
He was independent.
Was he with
was
Def-
Koch. He was
Yeah,
Koch.
they
Def-
end up.
oh, okay,
They
so-
were on Def Jam. Dipset
Def
was
Jam,
on Def Jam,
yeah.
Rockefeller, but they end up going to Koch, which was like a huge independent
Right.
like distribution company.
But he didn't
I
have
would
that
never-
machine, so he didn't get Birdman money.
Unfortunately, I've been in business for 20 years, and I know you've been like 29,
Right.
but I will never agree with that based on my experience. I started off at Century 21 in 2003, and we all know Century 21 in 2003 was the GOAT.
Yeah.
And
That
what
was
I
Master P.
man, they was Diddy.
Right.
But no, real estate is always going to be with salespeople. It's who you are, what your relationship is. You know, I've heard, you know, here and there somebody be like, oh, well, what company is that? But they choose me every time.
Right.
And I feel like we all have that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you that they're choosing. They're not choosing Keller Williams. They're not choosing EXP. They're not choosing Legacy Park.
Yeah, you are your brand.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
And that's why I always tell the agents, all our agents, to brand yourself.
yep.
You know, brand yourself. So no matter what, you will be recognizable. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. You know, don't brand EXP. You know, don't brand Keller Williams. Brand you, because you never know in the future where it may take you. So
we're here in Southeast Michigan. We all know who Mark Z is.
Yep.
Mark Z, we don't know what company he's with. Like, literally. I mean, we
he's
know.
with EXP.
No, we know. But what I'm saying,
Yeah.
in general,
Yes.
Right.
if you ask a person riding down the expressway,
He went Mark Z.
yeah, he's Mark Z.
Right.
Right. Same with Jeff Glover.
It's same with
Yeah.
Jeff
He's big
Glover.
with Keller Williams,
Yeah.
but
My
he's
man.
Jeff
Yeah.
Glover.
Everyone in the real estate collaboration, they all brand themselves,
And
and
so
that's because we push that.
No, it's
Yeah.
And we have to get to the
Jim
point to where it's the same type of brand recognition for ourselves. When someone says Jonnita Stanton, you know, it needs to be
Yeah.
a household name.
Definitely.
Right.
The
Right.
Peterson-Jackson team needs to be a household name. Perryman and Associates
Right.
It needs to be a household
Right.
name. Shock sales. You know.
Right, exactly.
So that's a great segue to the teams. So we're going to talk about some teams. So
Right.
the two of you guys have really strong teams right now.
Right.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so we have a collaboration. Tawana and I are a team. We are a domestic team, so we are on the same team together. We have no one else on our team.
Absolutely.
Everyone else, all the agents that work with us in our downline are part of the collaboration. Now, within the collaboration, there is one team, the Golden Team. Jermaine Golden and his team. They are in my downline in their team, but all the rest of the agents are independent. So we call ourselves the real estate collaboration, and we are collaboratively independent. We collaborate with each other on training, on events, on mentoring, on so many things. But at the end of the day, we're all independent agents, and I encourage everyone to brand themselves independently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we have the team models and we have the independent agent model as well.
So it's two structures. It's two structures at EXP where you have the independent model and then you have the team model. One, I mean, we're not gonna go into like the EXP stuff, but it's just two different ways you can bring yourself into. And so you're basically doing the same thing that Shaka and I are doing. We're bringing people in as independent so that they can they understand that they can continue to brand themselves and build and so on and so forth. But Reggie, you got people on your team.
Yeah, so just to explain what a team is. So a team is usually when you have a team leader.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be a broker, but you have technically an agent that's within the company, and maybe that agent is extremely busy and has an overflow of leads, and they want to leverage their self and basically create a business. So that team leader says, okay, I need an assistant to handle all my paperwork. I need a buyer's agent that's going to handle all the buyers, run the buyers around. Eventually, that person grows to where they may have multiple buyer agents. And the team leader is responsible for providing leads, but the commission splits are split between the agent and the team leader, and also with the brokerage. So there's an advantage to being on the team for an agent and a disadvantage because your commission splits can vary depending on your team. But also, that team leader may say, okay, I'm ready to step out of production and now I want to hire a listing agent, right? So now that team leader is just managing that group of agents. Now, each team is different. Some teams will allow, me personally, I allow my agents to promote themselves like you guys do. I'm more concerned about how the finances are split based on my investment to the team. So my agents, they list and they sell. So they work with buyers and sellers. I give them both seller and buyer leads. Some teams only give you buyer leads. Some teams will give you a different commission split based on who generated the lead, right? But for an agent, when you join a team, the benefit is you have somebody that has a system. Usually they're going to give you some training, hold you accountable, and they're going to feed you some business.
So
I want to stop you right there. I want to ask you a question because elaborate or explain to the layman's term what a commission split is and what that looks like. We'll start with you.
Okay. So commission split. So for an agent that's with a brokerage, let's say you have a 70-30 commission split. That means the broker is going to receive 30%. The agent's going to receive 70%
of the sales price
of the commission.
Of the commission.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So some brokerages have no cap, which means that it's 70-30 or 80-20 forever. Yeah. Right. Some have a cap, meaning that with EXP, most of them is 16,000 KW. Some of them are 18,000. Some brokerages are cheaper. 21. But once you reach that cap, then you're 100%. Now, you may still have office fees or whatever. So a lot of times agents start choosing their brokerage based on commission splits. And that's not always the best thing to do.
Not at all.
You either want to choose a capping model, or if you're going with a brokerage and this is my personal opinion, if you're going with a brokerage that doesn't have a cap, they should be providing you leads and other
Absolutely.
resources.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because if not, you're kind of giving up too much at that point in today's market. So basically, a commission split is what your broker is getting and what you're getting, regardless of who provided the leads. So when you're on a team, there's an additional split with that team leader. As an agent, you own your own business. Like you said, you guys are collaborating with the agents. They have their own business. But when you're on a team, you're kind of still under someone else's business, and they're feeding you the leads. And basically, they want a return on their investment. That's what it boils down
Like
to.
that EXP, you're getting a return on your investment, regardless.
Regardless, and
No
we
matter
do
what.
give leads. We give our collaboration leads. We do give out leads, and we just take a referral fee back. But we definitely give out leads.
Right.
But it's we don't guarantee that they're going to get leads, and we're not responsible. But we do have an overflow, so we definitely pass them along to
Right.
the agents.
So I got a question
collaboration.
because Tawana and LaShawn, at one point y'all didn't like the split on the, like when you gave a lead. You remember they were taking the 50-50 split on the lead. Have y'all changed that? Do you like that?
Oh,
now?
so that was at one of the lead generation services that EXP offers. It was like OP6.
Opposite.
We don't do that.
And they they will give you the referral, but you have to pay the 30% referral fee.
And then you pay
We-
20%
to
EXP.
So
So
half of us going already.
yeah.
right. So to us, we didn't need that.
Absolutely.
But that is for someone who's brand new,
Absolutely.
straight out of school.
Right.
And they should take it.
Yes.
They should get
Right.
You're gonna make some money. You're gonna make
Look
some
here,
money.
I
They
turned
absolutely
that
should
app
take
off
it.
so quick. I had the swipe off.
Yeah, you
They
have to.
absolutely should
But
take it.
then
Right.
for people, like you said, for people who don't have any book of business,
Yeah.
That's the way
they
to
should
start it.
absolutely take it.
And so we have different things that we train our agents to do because you come in, you fresh, you don't have anything,
Absolutely.
you don't have a book of business. Here's Op City. Put it on your phone. It's an app. Let it run through.
If nothing
also,
more, yeah.
we have this. Here, try this. So we try to engage them, but it's only so much that I'm going to give.
Exactly.
Because in our model, it's about teaching a person how to fish.
absolutely.
We don't feed fish.
We don't
we don't give fish sandwiches.
No.
Right.
But to me, I think that's also the wrong way to lead if you were just like giving. So I speak to so many people who are like new in business or coming back to the business,
Right.
and their whole thing is they think somebody's giving them all this business. And the minute I tell them to reach into the people that they know, so I come from a old Floyd Wickman star maker model that who do you know who.
Yeah.
Right.
So that means you reach out to everybody that you know and let them know what it is that you do.
Right.
And you, like you said, you teach them how to fish.
Right.
But it's so many people who just think that they're going to come to a brokerage, they're going to go to Keller Williams or EXP, Century 21, wherever. And it's like, well,
Right.
what are you going to give me?
Right.
Nothing.
So
Yeah.
this is
what are you gonna earn?
I'm going to teach you how to earn.
Yes.
Right. This is what I compare a lead to. So you have people that know how to fish. You have agents that know where to go to fish to get the most fish. But then you have some agents, they don't know how to fish, but they know how to cook and fillet the fish very
Yes.
well. So that's your follow-up. That's your conversion.
Yeah.
So some agents are not good at generating the leads. They're not going to be good to go out and get the fish. But
Right.
once you hand it to them, you're going to get a nice dish. So those are the agents that need to be on a team
Right.
or be with a brokerage
Absolutely.
that's going to hand them leads, and they're going to be able to convert and close those leads.
Exactly. That's why I said I don't get fish sandwiches.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
You're not cooking the
clean 'em.
fish, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be like, here's a sandwich for
I
you.
can show you how to go get them. Right. So that leads us to our next. Well, before that, I want to talk about the independent brokerage and their commission splits. It's typically less than the big brokerages.
No, my independent was high. My
She was
first
high.
one, she was 50-50.
I was
Was
like,
it?
I'm not
Oh
going
no, I'm sorry. I'm
Where
sorry.
you was
Let me
at?
say. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
I don't
Let me
even
talk
wanna
about the
speak her
caps.
name.
The caps. I want to talk about
Like
the
Candyman.
caps with those independent brokerages. Like we see
Okay.
cap. I've been seeing caps as low as $29.95.
I have. I have.
You know what I mean? So
So I was doing mine at like a 49. Like we were doing like basically a $5,000 a year cap. To me, I just felt like that's already very low. I can't do. There's no cap. You just give me $500. Like, for some people that works. I've heard people say, well, we have mortgage brokerage businesses who make money like that. But I just feel like as a independent broker, you have to be able to, pay for your overhead, pay for all of your expenses to do business.
Definitely.
And I just don't see where you can get that. Like $5,000 is like
That's minimal.
the very minimum.
When you think about it, like even if you have a $16,000 cap, you're making $60,000 on a $16,000 cap, right? So my thing is, if you're not making that much in real estate where the cap is a problem for you, maybe real estate isn't
Not
for
for you.
you.
Right. So that's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
So she's
Maybe you
exactly
should go
right.
get a
So,
job.
so
Maybe
the
you should get a
$5,000 cappers, those people don't really want to. You really don't want to. You don't want them in your collaboration.
Exactly.
So
And
they're
then-
not
and
fishermen.
it's
For
about-
me, I would just write you a check. Here's your $5,000. Leave
Yeah.
my money alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then even like the people who are paying less than that, and then they're paying like that little like $4.99 fee per deal. But then those agents also complain about how that broker is, they're not professional. They don't give me checks cut from, a check system. Like the broker.
Get what you
Maybe
pay for.
exactly. You get what you pay for,
Right.
right? Then you mad because you getting your money, but you mad because you getting the cash app. Well, you're not paying the cost to be the boss.
For sure.
You're not paying for an accountant, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
If it's investing in your business, if you're coming to be a real estate agent, you're starting a business.
Correct.
That's something that we talk about often.
Definitely.
It's not about I can cut here and cut here. You got the wrong mindset.
Absolutely.
And I can't work with you like that
Period.
because you're
Absolutely.
coming from a
Bad
lack-based
mindset.
mindset.
Bad
So
mindset.
we over there we preach about abundance mindset. You're going to have some opportunity costs. That's part of business.
Right.
You're going to have some of these things that you're going to have to do. It's not all about I got a $3.99 real estate coupon and now I'm a real estate agent. Let's go. No.
I don't even know.
The real estate, that's what I tell everybody. It is the most lucrative field that you
Yes.
can get into with the least knowledge base and the least
Yes.
amount of finance
Absolutely.
involved.
Exactly.
But you have to invest into yourself once you do all those
It
things.
takes a lot to be successful. People look at us and think, they look at everybody at this table and think, oh my God, I can do that. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
100%.
But how many hours do you work a day, Reggie?
I work a lot less now, probably about 6 or 7.
Oh, well, shoot, I'm jealous.
Reggie got
Right.
smarter now. He working smarter than her.
Yeah.
That's that
Ask
team.
me.
I am so
That's that
jealous.
team.
I am
That's
so
that team
Yeah.
putting the people in position.
For sure.
of
But
what
that's where you
wanna
get. That's
do.
where you get to.
Yeah.
And that's where he set his business to do that.
For sure.
It's called the E-myth.
So listen. So that brings us to our next question. So our
Right.
next question. So
Wait,
that,
can I say one thing
Go
too
ahead.
about that? So being an independent brokerage for 12 years, when I was at Century 21, they had a 100% option where you just paid a flat fee of $600 a month. We kept 100% of what we made. When I left that office
like
and
$7,200.
started, yeah, it's about $7,200 a year. When I left that office and started my own brokerage, I offered that same option. The issue with that is when you go to these brokerages that have like a $9,000 cap or something like that, you have to ask yourself if they have an office in the first place, how can they afford to support my business for what I'm paying them, right? So when I give up $18,000 easily because I know what I'm getting in return. When people walk in the office, they're in awe because of the office, right? If you give up $16,000, you get all the back end stuff, all the technology, right?
AV Core.
So
Correct.
maybe you pay. If you're a top performing agent and you go somewhere like that and you pay $9,000 cap, but you have all the systems in place, you're going to spend way more than that extra $9,000 or $8,000 in your own personal technology.
Buying systems.
You're still spending the money, but in one place you're spending it out of your commission versus out of your pocket. And if agents learn business finances and learn how to run a profit and loss statement, we won't have so many agents choosing offices just based on cap alone.
Absolutely.
So it's about that profit and loss. Show me the P&L.
Hold on. So that's what it's about.
Yes,
so the
definitely.
average agent earns about $35,000 a year.
Huh?
Right.
The average agent, 35,000, right?
Baby.
I thought it was less than that.
Yeah.
It,
I have to
it,
fact
well,
check.
I put
better
the
than
numbers.
flipping burgers.
I put the
Yeah.
numbers up before. What was it?
it
Well, I
used to
think
be
we did. We
25.
did black agents. Average black agents are 16,000.
16,000.
Right.
The average black agent, $16,000 a year.
So that's very
Baby,
low.
you need to go. You
It's
can make
very
more
low.
than that at
McDonald's,
McDonald's.
it's $15 an
Yeah,
hour
they
now.
$15 an hour.
Yeah, I
So-
You don't have that freedom though.
So tell me, what do you
I
need to
mean-
do as an agent, as a black agent, or any agent to make money as an agent, not as a broker? So y'all did a lot of talking as a brokerage.
Right.
You need to
We
get
talk
serious
about it as
about your
agents.
business. You need to treat your business as a business, and you need to work it as a business. So a lot of us don't do that. You know, we expect deals to fall in our lap. You know, we don't want to cold call. We don't want to door knock. We don't want to do the hard work.
The
You know,
basics.
we don't do we don't
Yeah.
want to do the
Basics of real
basics.
estate.
The foundation.
The foundation.
Even sending an email to your sphere.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you've been alive for over 20 years and you don't have a bunch of emails to everybody? School emails, college emails, emails to doctors. You don't know people. Get out here and work your business.
Some don't
be
even
a
wanna
secret agent.
Don't even want to use all that social media.
No.
I mean, you're on social media all day. And when the last time you did a real estate post?
Exactly. Or waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
That it's that's
For real.
a that's
They
a
wanna
real
get up at
thing.
12. Like
Yeah.
I'm my own boss. I get up when I want to.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm
Right.
bad with that, so I ain't gonna even mention my time.
Look,
No,
I'm
we-
When I
bad
work
too,
all
but
night.
not as bad as 12.
No.
exactly.
No.
You by the time 12 hits, I feel like I'm like
The day is over.
The
The
day,
day
is over.
Yeah, you can't make any calls. You can't expect anything to get done because
Mhm.
everybody's checking out about 3:00.
right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so to me, it's like having, like you said, working your spear,
Mm-hmm.
getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't believe in cold calls, but
Me neither.
I understand, but
Lies.
all I'm
If I
saying-
needed it in my business, I would.
Lie. So listen, I'm gonna stop you. I didn't say I don't believe in cold calls. I just believe there are more efficient ways. So my spear, we talked about the spear.
Okay.
Let's discuss what a spear is.
Right.
Go ahead. Somebody take over and tell
The
us what a
spear
spear
is the people that you know. It can be, just people that you met passing by. It can be the closest people to you, your mom, dad. It could be the people you went to high school with, college with. These are the people that you have their phone numbers, your emails, and they know who you are when you reach,
Absolutely.
right?
And there are levels to a spear. So
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about it. It's a 3D object, the
Right.
spear. So we have your core, which is you. And then you have your inner spear, then your middle, and then your outer ring of spear. So each person in that you have to connect. And what about your spear that touches another spear?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we have people that know me because I'm married to LaShawn, and that's all they know. They know nothing else. But now they at least know me. You know, like, oh, I think I know you. You married to LaShawn. Yes, by the way, what you doing with your house?
Right.
You know, so it's just opening up that conversation.
Yeah.
So I want to say this, so Spear, I learned this from Brian Buffini. So you have like your A, B, and C. So your A people would be people that, as soon as somebody mentioned real estate, we're giving away your card.
Definitely.
Or they're saying, hey, this person is in real estate. They're not referring nobody else. You're it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
So those are maybe your family members. Those are people you've done business with. They love sending you referrals. They feel like they get a kick out of giving a
Your name.
hookup or a referral. Then you have like your B people. These are people that will refer you, but they may refer to other people.
Absolutely.
All right.
But
No.
and then your C would be people that they'll refer you, but they're not a big fan. They're not pushing your name. So there's levels to your sphere, but in real estate, you're going to make it either by doing the work, that's
Yeah.
the cold calling, door knocking, working your sphere, working social media.
Definitely.
Those don't cost you much. Or you're going to pay money to get leads. Those are the
Definitely.
two things. And most agents don't want to do either.
So can I tell you, I had an experience with both. Being a newer agent, I mean, I've been an agent since 2005. I got my real estate license in 2005. But so when I really started trying to sell, I went and bought leads, right?
Right.
So yeah, I did good. Buying leads is cool, but I matched that in my sphere.
Mm-hmm.
It was $0.00.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the spirit is it by far. It's not even close. You know what I mean? Like you go to your
I think
spirit.
social media is.
Social media is.
But that's
By
still your
far.
spirit. That's still your spirit.
Are you
Social
talking
media is the
paid
people that know
social
you.
media or just social media?
Talking about your spirit. Talking about
Because
people that
it's
know
still
you.
Being present where people are
Well,
seeing
they don't
you.
even know me.
No, they do know
necessarily
you.
with social media. We get so many people that just, hey, I seen someone that said something about you.
Yeah.
Your spirit.
I
guess
That's
still-
your
I seen
spirit.
5 people who tagged you, and I want you to
That's
sell
your
my
spirit.
house.
Yeah, that's still
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
your spirit.
extension of your spirit.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
come
how
out
your
of
spirit
nowhere.
works. That's why your spirit is so
Yeah.
important. I met people. I don't want to say his name, but I met a guy from Pontiac that does. What does he do? I don't know. He sells like the TV cable stuff.
Okay.
I'll tell you
I
about
didn't even
off the
know.
air.
I didn't
But,
even know
uh,
people still did that.
No, he sell. He do the Android boxes.
Or like Fire
Okay.
Stick.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So he came to my house to hook up my Android, and he's like, "Yeah, you do real estate?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, Team Peterson-Jackson."
I know
Yeah,
who
whatever.
it is. I know who it is.
Exactly who
I
you're
know
talking
exactly
about.
who it
I know
is.
exactly.
So he was like, I was like, yeah, they just. So, and y'all started off rocky, right? Y'all weren't even
Yes.
friends.
We were
Like,
not
y'all-
friends.
y'all was friendly.
We were not
Y'all
friends.
talked
We were
about
not.
this.
No,
No,
they were
not.
No,
We were
no.
not friends.
So my point is though, that's still your spirit because he knew who you were, and based on him
Absolutely.
knowing who
Right.
you were, y'all got a sale off of that.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all, but I
Yeah,
want y'all to be
I
my
apologize.
agents."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, bet it up. Where's apology accepted? Let's go find your
That's how
home.
your spirit
Right.
happens.
It does.
I get that all the
he,
time.
He would
Right.
have been in my spirit, but from high school.
Correct.
Look,
People
Correct.
think that, it was social media, but originally, no, it was high school.
Correct.
You know,
Right.
he knew my
Yeah.
sister.
so look,
So-
I feel like the social media keeps it's crazy because I was just talking to, so we're all turning 40 this year. I haven't hit there yet, but it's coming.
We all
We-
Right.
Bro,
Baby.
my
babies.
high school. So I was just on the phone before coming here, and I was just talking to like how connected we still are, and it's because of high school. A lot of my business comes from high school, and to like you guys' point, somebody that you maybe was more of a friend of me. One of my like arch nemesis in high school, she hit me, and she's like, "Yeah, my best friend's looking for a house," and I told her you were the best ever to come to, and I'm looking at, I'm texting Shaka like I'm screenshotting him messages like, "You see this?" And he's like, "What is this about?" And I'm like, "I don't even like this girl, but I like her now."
Right.
My boo.
So let me comment on that too about high school, and so your sphere of influence really will determine how much you make. So it's two
Definitely.
things. I track where all our leads come from. I track our profit and loss for each lead source. So my sphere of influence, like you said, outperforms Realtor.com, Zillow, or anything I pay for. But the difference is with Realtor.com and Zillow, I know I'm going to get those leads coming in, right? Versus my spirit may be hit or miss, but overall it's more for
Absolutely.
return on investment.
And those
right?
people are added to your spirit once you get them.
Exactly. So
Paid for.
I just feel like
The
there are less closings though on those.
well, here's the other part too. Like the reason I brought this up because we mentioned high school. So there's a guy in my office. He's probably 21 now. He started when he was 19. His second year, he made close to like $300,000, right? I started at 19. My first year, I made like $13,000. So this is how important sphere is.
Yes.
I grew up in Highland Park. He grew up out Royal Oak, Clawson
Yes.
area, right? His parents, neighbors, cousins, friends, mom, all of them were buying $200,000 and $300,000 homes. My friends wasn't buying homes. Their parents, if they did, they were buying $20,000 and $30,000 homes.
To the game.
So, to be honest, like I didn't sell one of my friends a house until I got almost 30, because nobody was buying houses, and I'm just not in the past 4 years selling people from high school homes.
Wow.
Right? Because nobody really was buying. So sometime with your sphere, you may have a spirit influence, but it may not be the business that you want.
Right.
You have to go out and network and get around the
Absolutely.
people you want to do business
Definitely.
with. And you have to create a new sphere of influence.
Absolutely.
You
So
do.
that you can make the bread.
100%.
Definitely.
It's a great segue. We had a great conversation. We had to bring Tawana and LaShawn back.
I just feel like we only scratched the
We
surface
did.
here.
That's why we're gonna have mini conversations of many of these type of conversations.
This is great.
I'm gonna give it back to Jonnita and Reggie.
All right.
I feel like we missed a whole something that we wanted to talk about.
I know,
What's
right?
that?
It's so much.
What is it? What is it?
Because
What's the one thing?
the one thing is what they're doing over at the office.
Next subject.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, we can have them talk.
How long is it gonna take?
Man, you just want to push my business.
Right,
Oh my
right.
gosh. So let's just I don't know. You want me to brag on us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let me brag.
Go ahead. I'll
Please.
turn it. for you.
Turn the mic. Let me brag on our real estate collaboration. We're super, super excited. We are now at 63,
It's like 65.
65 agents with
Okay.
us in the collaboration. And like I said, each one of those are independent agents or a part of one of the teams that are there. I would say probably 99% of our agents are people of color. And in the first quarter of 2021, which is this year, our team had 30 million in sales collectively. So
That's big for
that was one thing that we wanted to. When I got into business like 5 years ago, you will hear about, oh yeah, Reggie Perryman, he's a realtor, and you'll hear about some.
Yes.
You'll
Right,
hear
right.
about Charles Ryan. Oh yeah, I know that guy, and you'll hear a couple of names, and
Right.
then you'll say, well, okay, so I'm gonna go to me a black brokerage. Where those at? Ooh,
Right.
we don't have
That's
that
him.
really.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
and I'm
right,
like,
right.
what's
Right.
going
Few of
on? It was a few of them. It was a few of them, but they didn't have the popularity or the
infrastructure.
technology, the infrastructure that we were looking for.
Right.
And I remember I was on one of the boards at GMAR, and I remember asking this broker that was there, and it was a black lady, and I was like, how come we never really opened up brokerage? What's up with that?
Right.
And she was
Why
like,
black
oh,
people don't
girl,
work together.
Right.
we can't get along. And I was like, oh, that hurts. That was harsh.
Yeah.
That
I
was
remember
hard.
Tawana coming home
It's-
telling me
I
that her
was like-
feelings was hurt.
Like super hurt because
Yeah.
like that
Heartbreaking.
we have the best
Right.
picnics
Right.
and reunions, so I know we can get along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they got shrimp at
church
'em.
service is tight,
I mean,
so
even
we
when
can
were
get
at Keller
along.
Williams, we were there with Deborah Smith. We was there with
Yeah.
Charles,
Yeah.
and they were amazing to us. You know,
Right.
like Charles is still. I adore
Smart.
Charles. Like
Yeah.
Deborah Smith, she taught us so much. God, may she rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Free
But
love,
she was
free
amazing.
love.
We was
Right.
there with some amazing agents.
For sure.
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
and they poured so much into us. So
On the
you know,
individual
I
level.
could not believe that we
Yeah.
couldn't work together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I just want to say this too, real quick. To be an independent black real estate brokerage, there are challenges because the expectations from us as brokers, from agents, is completely different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the mindset shift is, but when agents work for a franchise versus what they expect
Yeah.
out of you as an
Independent.
independent, completely different. So I would say that mindset has to shift because I would love to be a big
Right.
franchise and all of that, but it's hard. The mindset is just different.
So we're definitely gonna do that one day.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get together and we're gonna make that happen. But like I said, what they have to say is it's a lot, so we got to bring them back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
This
You
is
know,
great.
and so this is what I do. I make everybody focus on me because I always have to talk about a legacy. And that's what we're talking about here right now is just, how do we keep going? How do we build our retirements? How do we establish ourselves for our children?
Yeah.
And when we're speaking about us as a union, it's not like, oh, we can't get along. I get along with all you
Right.
guys wonderfully.
Absolutely.
I love
Right.
you guys, like
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to build business.
Absolutely.
And we're
Build
going to come together.
businesses.
And
Yes,
one day
right.
it's going to be one of us at the head of the food chain versus someone else.
All I wanted to do when we first started, I wanted to own a Keller Williams. I had my money, I was ready, and that's why I went to KW to learn. And we were going to buy a franchise. I was going to retire and buy a franchise,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that was our plan initially.
Okay.
Reggie's still on that train right now. We're gonna get him off of that train in a little bit.
Or-
Well, no, it's so for me. It's to be honest, like, because I've already did the ownership thing.
For sure.
I'm more or less, I would rather you come to me and say we're going to start a moving business.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Everybody that come to EXP, KW, Remax, they might not buy houses from us, but they going to move, right?
Right.
We can own that together. I'd rather you come to me and say, let's open up a title agency.
Right.
Or ask Emma if she want to do a branch, a Detroit title, and we be ownership. So, me personally, I'm just kind of over the brokerage part of it, unless we're going to do something as
We gonna be at
collaborative,
McDonald's out here. We
It's
gonna own
so-
some
it's
land
so-
together. We gonna own some land
So
together.
listen, Reg, because he went through it, he had to. You like I don't want to call you I'm not trying to call your age.
Yeah.
But he went through the brokerage part and it was tough.
I don't
right?
want to own a
No,
brokerage.
it was
I
good.
don't. I'm over
but
it
it
now.
was good. It was good, but it was some things that I did wrong that I see now being back with a franchise. I could have did so much different.
So here's the thing.
I get
Nobody.
brokerage money. I don't have to own it.
No,
Exactly.
well, look,
Exactly.
I don't have to own it.
Nobody
don't need
wants
a
to own
McDonald's
it
or real
individually.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing. Nobody individually wants to have that pressure.
Well, we are over that part.
We're over it now.
We over that part because so LaShawn and I, we make plans, and I know y'all trying to wrap up, but we do 10-year plans.
Right.
And so we're at the point of our life where, okay, we're really, really going to retire our business.
Correct.
We only started this for our children.
For sure.
You know, and
That's
to
your
have
big why.
something else, and that's my big
Yeah.
why. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we don't even want to live in the U.S.
Right.
You know, for 6 months. So we're planning that exit strategy out of everything. You know, and that what EXP does, and I said it was purely a financial decision. It gives me that roadmap to be able to say, okay, yeah, absolutely, I can make $100,000.
Because there's 5 streams
just-
of income with EXP.
and just my
right?
passive income.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I've met the people who get that, and they showed you, oh yeah, y'all doing the right thing. I mean, how did y'all grow that fast, that quick? By the time you're ready to leave, you will be at that 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so that's why we go so hard for what we're doing. But that's only because that's what our goals are.
Correct.
When the agents come and ask them, the first thing I ask them, what is your goal?
I will tell you, going to
Absolutely.
Black EXP Network event, it did humble us because I met a girl who
yeah.
started with us. She started the same time we did. She
Right.
got like 125 people on her front line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Frontline.
Front line. I'll tell y'all her
That's
name. She's amazing.
Okay.
Right.
We got to get her on the show.
So,
She would do it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
Y'all
I'm
gotta,
hearing
you
is-
gotta put us in. Y'all gotta bring her with y'all.
Oh, absolutely.
She is in Dallas.
We get her here.
So what I'm hearing you say is just that, because you're like me, and that's why I keep saying it. Like, you're at another level in your life where
Absolutely.
it's not about an independent brokerage.
Right.
It's about creating something out.
Exactly.
The broker's just funding your passion and
That's it.
your other opportunities.
It's
really,
just
at
a
this
means
point.
to get me where I need
It's
to.
but the brokerage
Right.
is the opportunity to teach people how to fish.
I do it.
Yeah,
I do that every day.
Right.
Let me tell you, in my IT career, and it's real quick. In my IT career, I built people who are now CIOs, CEOs, all sorts of things all over the world, and none of them look like me. They were all white males.
Right.
Always.
This is my opportunity to build some bad Black agents. And every day that is my mission on earth to do. It's not so much about me as it is about them. You know, and you know, like I said, when Danielle Dunham, when she sold that $1.8 million home, I was crying. You know what I'm saying? I literally cried tears because I was so proud of her.
Yes.
You know, and everything that I wanted for her is manifested. You know, and it's so many others. You know that's my purpose is to
having those conversations of I'm getting ready to quit my job. What should I do next?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've been able to pay for my daughter who's 5, her college education.
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
You know, just
Yes.
from doing this part time. You know, so we get those, or you know, I just got my first revenue share check. Oh my God, I didn't even know money just dropped in my
So many-
account. You know,
Yes.
so we get all of those
all those
stories
texts
and-
we get.
That's great.
Yeah.
But
And we have so many
unfortunately-
people that have quit corporate America.
But listen to this: the revenue check is coming from where?
from the 20%
So
of
from
the 80,
EXP.
No. But it's coming from somebody else. It's not coming.
No,
from
it's
us.
coming from EXP. EXP gives
It's
it to
coming
us.
from EXP.
Yes.
But we don't own EXP. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yes, I do.
Hold on.
I own
Baby, let's
EXP.
talk about the stock.
Hold
I
on.
own a lot of it too.
I do too.
We're gonna
I
come
own
back to
EXP.
that. We're gonna come back to that. But
Yeah,
y'all missing what I'm saying. So we don't own EXP.
I do.
So we do.
No, we own a small percentage of EXP. So look, out of all the money
That's
you
more
make,
than I own in Keller Williams.
100%. But that's not
Right.
more than you own with the collaboration.
No, I own
No. Listen to me. Listen to
we
me.
own a percentage of the collaboration.
No.
we
The
set it up.
collaboration, not
Yeah.
through EXP.
Wait.
The
No, I'm talking
collaboration.
about with the
Y'all hear me?
collaboration.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about through EXP.
But we 100% own Team Peterson-Jackson.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
correct.
my point. That's my point I'm trying to make.
But
Right.
wait, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
We don't own the brand. You're
Correct.
saying like if we went out and started our own
We could do
franchise, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can be Jane and John Doe.
We could do
Realty,
Keller
right?
Williams. We could do
But
EXP.
what you're
Century
saying is
21.
What would be
You
the
got so
purpose?
many-
What would I gain from doing
More
it?
money.
A whole
Because
lot.
we all-
A lot of work.
And this is
a
what
lot
I
of
say about.
liability, a lot of work, and I can take this model, make the money I need to make in these 10 years, and I can go on because I guarantee you, most people who build businesses for their children don't take them over.
My
They
big
don't.
wife would suffer.
They don't,
Yeah.
right?
They don't.
But
But
that-
with this, I have a trust that I can turn over to you.
We're gonna
Yes.
go ahead. You finish up, then you wrap it up, and then we're gonna Jonnita can.
Oh no, I was just saying I agree with you because it's the same thing with me at KW
100%.
or
Yeah.
anything. Sometimes you get to a point in your life where you want less responsibility.
Yes.
And you figured out a way how to make just as much money without all the liability.
Absolutely.
So listen to
No.
this. So we listen to we all know who Warren Buffett is.
Right.
Warren Buffett owns a whole lot of these
Berkshire Hathaway.
corporations, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his parent company, right? However, he owns a lot of companies,
Absolutely.
all right?
Just in real estate.
He owns them though. He lets somebody else run them.
I own companies too.
That's true.
You
too.
understand?
Yeah.
So we'll get there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Listen,
about
and
that.
again, everybody got their number right.
Right.
Remember, my number was only 100,000.
I don't even have a
Yours
number.
might be 20 million a month,
Yeah.
but that's your number.
Correct.
You know, so could we start and do all of this and it be our name and
Yes,
we own
we
it?
can.
Absolutely,
Yes, we
because
can.
I've done it
Yeah.
twice now in the last year. So, but it's just not what I want to.
Right.
We're gonna talk.
But
So wrap
he
it up.
always trying to
So-
get me to do it.
So that sounds like we have to do an actual business show.
Absolutely.
We have to
Yeah.
segue into that
Because that's the crazy thing is that's
But
my
real estate is
that's what I
business.
do. So I'm
Right.
I'm like even as an agent, I'm not a hands-on individual. I run businesses.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Like
Right.
only. You know what I mean? That's how I make my money. Like I don't do anything on the construction side. I don't want to sell real estate. I don't want to sell insurance. I don't want to do anything.
manage.
I want to run the business. Correct.
Right.
I want to put us in the. I want to make the
bigger part of the profit.
the choices that we need to make in order for us to be successful as a whole.
Oh, see, I don't need none of that. Just run me my
But
little
but
check.
but together,
Let me go
but together
ahead and
we
rent
can make
these
that
umbrellas
easier.
on the Caribbean island of
Right.
my choice.
You still gonna do that?
And you know,
so that they
just
can-
chill out. Just
Yeah.
chill.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. All right, go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
I don't have anything else to say other than this is the only profession that you can go out and be a millionaire.
Yes.
Or better.
Absolutely.
Or better.
Or better.
Or
Yeah, 'cause
better.
$1 million ain't enough.
I've met
But-
the billionaires.
I mean,
For sure.
well, we met some
Yeah.
adult people saying, well, when I grow up, I want to be a millionaire.
We did.
So that's all I'm saying.
Grown people come to
All
me
I'm
every day
saying is
that.
you're not going to go to Home Depot and be a cashier and make $1 million
Correct.
or better.
But
You're
I'm
not
sure
gonna go-
everybody at
Back
this
in
table
the
have
early
made their
days,
first
you
million.
can.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody at this table have made their first million.
And all I'm saying is for
Remember that,
for
people.
the young people out there that are listening to us, from the older people that are out there that are listening to us that are scared to like walk away. I mean, I somehow became complacent in a job that paid me $30,000 a year, and I sat there and I did that, and I also did real estate full time. However, you just don't have to, and I think that's more of the point. You know what I mean?
It's the freedom.
Yeah, you can have the
100%.
freedom. You know, you can work hard, play. I work hard, I play hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great show,
Right.
y'all.
Great show.
Appreciate
All right.
Team Peterson-Jackson for coming
Yes,
through. We definitely
this was
they're gonna
great.
be
Where,
they're gonna
where
be here a
can
lot.
we, where can we find y'all? All your social media platforms.
All you have to do is type in Team Peterson-Jackson. All of our stuff is the same.
On
Hey!
Facebook.
Branding,
Jackson on
baby,
Facebook.
branding.
Team Peterson-Jackson on Instagram. I'm LaShawn Peterson-Jackson on Facebook. She's Tawana Peterson-Jackson on Facebook.
We finally got a YouTube. That's also Team
Peterson-Jackson.
Peterson-Jackson.
Absolutely.
And a TikTok, which is, guess
There you
what?
go,
Team Peterson-Jackson.
y'all dancing on TikTok?
Tawana do.
Yeah, I'm about to look you up. Hey, look,
I show
Reggie,
houses
what if
on
I Reggie?
TikTok.
Right.
Where to find Reggie?
Just Reggie is real estate. Instagram, Reginald Perryman on Facebook. Just type in Reginald Perryman. Google me.
Google me.
That's the
Kashka
main
Williams.
If you Google me, you're going to find me.
You're going to get a whole lot of stuff you Google Reggie.
MasariContractors.com.
What's the name? What is it?
Shaka Sales.
Okay.
SHAKA. Masari. Oh, Masari.
Masari.
Big money.
MasariContractors.com.
Sound rich.
I'm rich.
Jonnita Stanton, that's JONNITASTANTON. Jonnita Stanton on Facebook, Jonnita Stanton on Instagram, Jonnita Stanton. My Twitter is somewhere. We'll find it.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
All right.